Next question's for all three of you. Who was the disciplinarian when you were growing up? Your mother or your father?
He who weighs the heavy hand. I'll tell you what, I would say you mostly, but the ass whoopings we feared with the belt was when Dad got home. Oh yeah, those were a whole lot more scarier, you know.
The J.C. Penney black belt.
That's right, the braided one.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Mom.
Mom would be more, yeah. That was more like, you know, I guess some of the stuff we did, maybe Dad did when he was younger, you know, maybe cut class or, you know.
It was like Dad gave Mom the ideas to do it.
Yeah.
Like kind of thing, but Mom gave the hands.
Yes, definitely.
And the iron belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was like, you did something stupid, you got your ass, or you did something terrible, Dad was going to come.
Oh yeah, do that terrible.
And it was,
there it is.
You know, but if it was something small, Dad,
all boomerang action. Yeah. Back and forth.
If it was something small, Dad would kind of do the, Mom would come out of the closet with a bag.
Dad, you're in for this one. This one ain't so bad. So.
But the thing about
that's a little one.
Yeah.
The thing about Joderick is like he never learned. He always says, "Well, you never got that many." Well, because I learned my lesson. You know, Joderick really never learned his lesson.
Let me tell you why you didn't get.
I've gotten you.
No, that's BS because you know what? When she came along, all of a sudden we're all about the redirecting and we're not about the ass whoopings no more. No, yeah, our redirection was that leather hide.
I could specifically remember getting you out of a couple though. You had some coming to me.
Yeah.
And
it's probably a bunch.
We're all about redirecting the children now, and you're in that generation.
Yeah.
In your opinion, which of the three of you had it the hardest? I'll start with Joderick.
Well, I would say I'm going to say me, not just because it's me. It's because I am the firstborn, and there's certain things like you do with your firstborn that you don't do to the secondborn, and there's certain things that you did with your first and secondborn you don't do to the thirdborn, and that's just the learning experience of being a parent. So, I would say me, you know, because you know I'm the prototype.
John Paul, who would you say had the hardest?
I guess in that aspect, yeah. Like you know, he had to. he had to pave the bumpy road.
Oh man!
You broke the ice.
And, you know, he
could ask and say, "What did you do?" 5 lashes. Don't worry about
it. Don't worry about it.
He had to pave the bumpy road, but you know, he did get. What are they? He did get royalties, you know. But you know, he did pave the way to where it wasn't going to happen with me.
Oh, we've heard that before. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So. Candace, who do you think had it the hardest?
Joderick.
Why do you think that?
Well, first of all, because in contemporary society we have iPhones and like flat screen computers and all that, so we had a lot of things that are more accessible. Whereas whenever he was growing up, I'm sure things weren't like as electronic as we have now. So definitely him.
Who's the most spoiled?
Yep. Look, Candace.
Me.
I'd say Candace.
Tell me why.
I'd say, again, you know, because we're on the redirection phase. But, I mean, Candace didn't really need too much redirection because, I mean, all in all, growing up, she didn't do the stupid things that John Paul and I did. I'll give her that. And I don't know if that's because John Paul and I would talk to her about those things.
Well, the next generation is supposed to be better than you.
Yeah, and when you sit down and look about it, you know, think about it. She would be more spoiled in a sense where y'all were able to provide more because of y'all being already principals and teachers when it was an oil field and a secretary at the school.
Y'all are around that next level.
And then not to mention, and when Dad was in the oil field was bad. You know, it wasn't doing good. So I mean, you know, we struggled, but I think it makes me the you know person I am today. Just like each of our generations, you know, we all have our little trials that's made us who we are today in some way or another. But I think in our own little ways, each of us were spoiled. Whether it be, you know, I mean, I went to Manuel Papals and I was spoiled.
I get college education.
You know, me, mom, papa's, I'd be spoiled rotten over there.
A summer at a time.
Oh, yeah.
We were kings for.
Oh, yeah. You know, so, you know, each of us had our own little spoiled.
We got to overindulge, you know.
Well, it's like, you know, I think I was spoiled. I think we were spoiled with me, mom, papa. We were able to go camping and fishing and stuff like that. As to where Candace never got to actually experience things like that. Spoiled with Mama and Papa when we, you know, Mama would fatten us up for the school year. Let me tell you, we could not buy school pants and school shirts until the last week of school coming from Mama and Papa.
I always ate all I could when I was over there. I ate all I could and I had no regrets.
That's right.
No regrets.
No regrets.
So, you know, each of us are spoiled in our own little way.